Everyone, this is Mrs. Bunch. I'm creating this video to share our new digital learning platform with you, which is called Seesaw. Seesaw is going to be the access point for students to find their assignments and to complete them digitally. The assignments they complete will be able to be completed using a regular computer, their Chromebook, an iPad, or an iPhone. Whatever device you have that your student's been working on will work with Seesaw. And it will also give students a variety of ways to submit their assignments. Seesaw is going to be found within the Clever portal, which we're familiar with by now. So when you get to your Clever portal, on that home page, you will see underneath Apps at the bottom a blue and yellow and green icon, and it will say Seesaw. When you click that, it's going to ask you to log in. You're going to click I'm a student. And then you're going to ignore the email and password part. You're going to click that colorful G up at the top, sign in with Google, and it's going to link your student's Google account with their Seesaw account. So you're going to choose sign in with Google, and then it's going to tell you that you aren't connected to any class yet. You're going to click enter student code, and the student code for Mrs. Bunch's class is OYPNZSJN, and you're going to click Join Class. You'll know you're in the right place if you see my name, Mrs. Bunch, and you'll click Go to Mrs. Bunch. From here, you won't have to log in that way again. Once you've used your class code, it will keep you logged into Mrs. Bunch's page, and when you click onto Seesaw each day to find your assignments, this is the screen that you're going to see. Now, right now, there are 3 tabs off to the right I want you to pay attention to. We have our journal, which is where students can complete journal writing, activities, free response questions, things like that. We have the activities tab. And here I have a sample activity for you to practice. This is where most of the student activities are going to take place and where students will find their assignments. As you can see, there's the red notification with the number 1 on it, indicating that there's 1 activity to complete. This is just a sample activity to give you some practice with how to find your assignments in Seesaw, how to read the directions, and how to manipulate completing the assignment. So this is called sample activity. Give it a try if you have some time to practice. The directions are to complete page 1 of the problem set. Now, the directions will always be written and they will also be recorded. So if your student is working independently and they're having difficulty reading the directions or understanding the directions, they can go ahead and click play instructions and they will hear them read aloud. Complete page 1 of the problem set. Off to the left, students will see a quick little thumbnail picture of what the activity page is going to look like. So if they know they're looking for their math assignment, they'll be able to see it there. They're going to click Add Response, and it's going to pull up that activity page, and it gives students a variety of ways to complete this activity page. Now they can go ahead and choose whatever color they want to use. They can choose if they want to use a marker or a pencil or a pen, and they can actually go ahead and write directly onto the assignment. So for number 1, it says circle 2 groups of apples. I'm going to choose purple, and I'm going to circle 2 apples. Now, like I said earlier, students can use a regular computer, they can use a Chromebook, they can use an iPad or an iPhone, whatever works for you, and whatever device your student has access to will be great to go ahead and complete these assignments. Now I'm going to fill in the sentence. There are blank groups of 2 apples. I'm going to switch down here to my pencil. I'm going to switch my color. I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 groups of 2 apples. So that would be an example of completing one of the questions using the pen or marker feature. I could also come over here and click T and add a text box. I could make it bigger or smaller. I could spin it around. Oops, I'm trying to move it here. There we go. And I could type my sentence if I wanted to. There are 5 groups of 2 apples. If your student wants to do a recording, they could click the microphone and they could record themselves reading the answers. They could take a picture. Now for picture, if your student is having some difficulty manipulating how to move their mouse or their finger to fill out these questions and it's frustrating to them, if you have printer capabilities, you're welcome to print the activity page out, complete it using pencil or markers, and then take a picture of it and upload the picture as proof that they finished the assignment. Once they move all the way through the questions for that assignment, up in the right-hand corner, they're going to click the green check mark, and it's going to upload it and submit it to myself on the teacher page. And you can see where it says waiting for teacher approval. From my end, I will be able to go in, I will be able to view how your student answered those questions, I can provide feedback, and that way I can keep track of how the students are moving through their assignments. Once you've finished one assignment, they can go back to activities. Right now there's only that one sample activity, so this student would know that they are finished with their assignments for that day. There are no activities waiting for them. If there were more assignments, this is where they would find them. The other tab is Inbox, which is where students can find announcements or messages that will appear from myself that may give them some ideas of the activities or the assignments that they're being asked to work on. So a majority of our time is going to be spent on this middle icon with activities. And I really encourage you to try to log your student on today using that class code. Try to work on that sample assignment, see how your child does with choosing a color or a marker or a text box, how they want to work through those activities and answer them, and have them practice submitting it by clicking that green check mark so that they can become more independent with completing their assignments on their own. I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions at all, please reach out. I'm happy to share more about how Seesaw is going to work. We're going to try and get this started and see if it works for our students, and hopefully it works.